Down pass that got the Eagles closer and made it 21-14 at the half. The touchdown pass to Bavaro Aguiar to kick it off deep and out of the end zone as Vi Sikahema watches it sail.
You want to know which way the wind's blowing? I think you just found out on that one. Aguiar kicked that one almost out in New Jersey. Look at that wind. I mean, that's the thing. You know, you play here and you're always going to play the Jets and their defense, and then you have to play that wind too. Or you play the Giants and their defense in that wind. That's always, seems every time, someplace in the game, that seems to be a factor here in the Meadowlands.
And in talking to Matt Barr before the game, he said whatever the way it appears to be blowing on top of the stadium, down on the field, it's the opposite direction.
And that drives kickers crazy.
Brister gives to Heath Sherman. Left side, maybe a couple.
Jeff Lageman played that trap well. Brian Baldinger, the right guard, pulled. He was going to try and trap, but they just closed it down. That's the way you play a trap. Is you watch the trap is going to come from this side here, and you just trap the trapper right at the point. But 62 Baldinger comes right there. See, Lageman takes that thing on, and there's no hole at all. He took on Baldinger and kept him right there in the hole.
And fought to get back inside of him and fill the hole. 2nd and 8. And that's Walker in motion. Brister hustles up out of the pocket, incomplete, intended for Walker. Flag on the play. Defended by Brian Washington, but a penalty marker down.
I think the big key for these Eagles, again, is going to be able to run the ball. If they're able to run the ball, then I think Bubby Brister's going to be able to do the other things with this team. If they can't run the ball, I don't think he can take it all on his shoulders.
Well, it's a total change from Cunningham to Brister. As good as Brister is and was in the great years in Pittsburgh, he's not as mobile as Randall Cunningham.
No, and he's not a high percentage passer. When he was at Pittsburgh, he threw for like 52%, and he'll throw some touchdown passes.
There's no foul on the play.
There is no foul on the play. Unhappiness registered by Richie Kotite. Zeke Bratkowski to his left. Let's look at it again.
Brian Washington is number 48. Did he hit him before the ball gets there? It looked like he had that left arm on him before the ball got there.
Left arm and a whole body.
I don't know. I don't know how they decided. Maybe they decided Herschel wouldn't have caught that ball anyway.
I think he would have, though.
Yeah, I don't know what they would have a meeting for and come up with. It's no foul. It sure looked like one from here, and on television it looked like one.
Why have a meeting? That's Sherman. They tried the draw play on 3rd. Mo Lewis had it diagnosed perfectly.
And you see who's up there besides Mo Lewis, both of them. See 42 and 48 walking up there. If you get the line and linebackers involved in the run, that's 7 guys. If you get one safety involved, that's 8 men against the run. When you get both safeties, that's 9 men up there against the run, and that's what the Jets had.
So Jeff Fiegels will have to punt. Gets it off. Clifford Hicks signals fair catch. They lost it, but got it back. Right now, let's go for a report to Leslie Visser.
Pat, Randall Cunningham has a fracture of his left fibula. It is the same leg that was reconstructed 2 years ago. No surgery has been scheduled at the moment, but this is typically an injury that can take 6 to 8 weeks to heal. He's in tremendous pain now. He's in the locker room on the training table being iced. The only person in there with him is his brand new wife, Felicity. Pat?
Thanks, Leslie. That's official then. A broken fibula.
Yeah, and the fibula is a bone. It's above the ankle and below the knee. It's that bone between the ankle and the knee.
And 6 to 8 weeks is certainly an early diagnosis, but a possible diagnosis. Esiason has his tight end Mitchell. And Mitchell cuts away from 2 tacklers. Mitchell still on his feet. He's going to score. His 3rd of the day. 65 yards. Esiason to Mitchell. big day for tight ends.
Hey, watch the fake here that Boomer Esiason makes. Boomer Esiason is one of the best ball handlers in football. Now watch the fake he makes here. And then he puts the ball down here. See, he fakes the run high. Now he wants to hold all these guys so that his tight end can get deep. Then he comes out of the fake, and he finds Johnny Mitchell up the sideline. Then after Mitchell makes that catch, gets open, he makes a heck of a run across the grain for the touchdown.
The extra point by Blanchard is good. And it's 28-14. Esiason, watch him hide it.
No one hides it better. And then he looks up, and look what he finds. He finds a wide open Johnny Mitchell. And then look what Johnny Mitchell does after he's found wide open. That's some poor tackling and some good running by Mitchell.
28-14. Lead the Eagles. 13-16 left in the third quarter. Pat Summerall with John Madden. It's been a big day for the tight ends.
5 touchdowns today by tight ends. 3 by Johnny Mitchell, 1 by James Thornton, and 1 by Mark Bavaro.
Esiason 9 out of 12, 4 touchdowns. Aguiar to kick it off. Sekahema back deep for the Eagles. Out of bounds. He didn't touch it. They'll bring it to the 35.
Yeah, watch this play again. This is a formation that has really given people trouble. 2 tight ends and a wide receiver on the same side. He goes deep. Now the guy that's going to catch the ball is Mitchell right there. Now what he does is he blocks first, then he comes out on a swing. And you see he's wide open. They got a guy deep, Mitchell in the middle, and a short guy.
Remember, on his second touchdown pass, he blocked first.
Right, and it was that same formation, 2 tight ends there. And then his second touchdown, he blocked, went down and hid. That time he just blocked, stopped, and then came out on a swing. That formation and that guy are really giving this Eagle defense trouble today.
The touchdown pass that Thornton caught was that same formation. The 2 tight ends right side by side. Brister gives it to Walker, and there's nothing there. Marshall, the first defender.
You know, and again, you get 2 safeties like Ronnie Lott in Washington, two tough, hard-hitting safety, like where they're half defensive back and half linebacker. And if you have to run against this team, it's going to be almost impossible to run.
2nd and 10. Brister, fake to Walker. Trying to hit Joseph, incomplete. Brister looks a little bit in a hurry.
Yeah, he did, and a big part of that is this Jet defense, because the one thing that they did is they came out early and they took away the run. And then it had to go on his shoulders, and now he's playing 2nd and long, and this situation coming up 3rd and long, that's tough for any quarterback in the National Football League.
Bailey is left this time. Antone Davis and everybody else jumped.
But again, a key is stopping the run, and that's why everyone says you got to be able to run the ball, or on defense stop the run, because if you do it, you put the Eagles in the situation that they're in right now.
Prior to the snap, 78 offense, 5 yards, repeat 3rd down.
And see what happens. You get 2nd and 10, then you put them in 3rd and 10, and then the crowd gets into things, and then your line starts to move. You're offsides. Now you're 3rd and 15. But all these things start with stopping the run.
That makes it 3rd and 15. And the crowd really getting into it now. This time the Jets jump. Washington, the first man.
Washington is normally the defensive end. On pass downs like that, he moves in to defensive tackle. And that's where he was on that thing. That's why you saw him in the inside. You see him right here, 97. He's in here playing tackle. Now, you don't know exactly what he reacts to. He has to react to the ball. Now, maybe there's a movement of the quarterback's leg, and that's what it was. Bubby Brister moved his left leg, and Washington took off on that left leg movement.
Well, quarterbacks do that a lot when they want to start a man in motion.
Yeah, and but the officials can call them. They'll warn him probably on that one.
Here's Brister. Upfield quickly to Calvin Williams, and down quickly he goes. The Eagles will have to punt.
You know, anytime Ronnie Lott's on the field, you get the feeling that the other team knows it, don't you?
They better.
You get the feeling that when Calvin Williams caught that ball, he knew Ronnie Lott was out there.
Well, almost everyone you talk to says that you better be aware of where number 42 is.
Yeah, and that's not only true when you're passing the ball, that's also true when you're running the ball.
Beagles punt. Chases Clifford Hicks back to the goal line. He dropped it. Ball's in the end zone. It could be touchdown. It could be out to the 20. Or it could be a safety. It's what furnished the impetus.
Yeah, and that's what they call a muff. I think they're saying it's a safety. In other words, if the impetus is called from the kick, then it's going to be a safety. If he catches it, and then it's a fumble. If he never catches it, it's a muff.
Momentum of the kick put the ball in the end zone.
That's exactly what they're saying. They're saying that the momentum of the kick, in other words, the impetus is caused by the kick. That he never had control. So that's not a fumble. That's called a muff. So then the muff goes in the end zone, comes out on the 20-yard line.
Right. Third quarter. Jet ball at their own 20. Handoff is to Johnny Johnson. Well, Esiason was talking to us yesterday about distributing the passes. Let's see what they've done today.
Well, of course, he's made a big living with those tight ends. He's thrown 6 for 6 to the tight ends, and look at that, 4 of them have been for touchdowns. He hasn't thrown any to his running backs, only 3 of 6 to his wide receivers. So they've been using this formation a lot, though. 2 tight ends. This formation that they're in right now has gotten them a lot of pass yardage.
2nd and 2. Johnson again. Fumble. Scramble. Eagles have it. The Eagles ball this time. Popped away from Johnson. Esiason had a shot at it, and the Eagles come up with it.
Number 51, William Thomas is the guy that ends up with it. He's the outside right linebacker. You see Thomas is out here. We'll look at him right here and see what happens on this play. Again, it's a running play. He starts off and he hands out here to Johnson. Watch Thomas come straight down the line. Johnson gets hit right there by Tim Harris. Now watch, when Harris goes in, his left hand goes and knocks the ball right out. Boom, the left hand knocks it out. Boomer goes for it. He doesn't get it right here. It's knocked out again, and then it's ended up in William Thomas's hand.
On first down, the Eagles go over the left side with Heath Sherman for about 3 yards. 10:58 left to play in the third quarter. 28-14. The Jets at one time led 21-0.
Jets are trying to let the Eagles back in the game, although that was a heck of a play by Tim Harris. Their defensive players are getting better and better at that, getting that hand in there and knocking the ball out.
4 yards for Sherman on first down, 2nd and 6. Sherman hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got a yard this time. Marv Washington made the stop.
I think they started and the Jets are really overloading the right side of their defense. They're stunning towards that side. They're shifting their line towards that side. Everything to stop that run on the right side of their defense or the left side of the Eagle offense.
Scott Mercereau just limped out. Limped to the sideline and is out of the Jet defensive setup now.
And Jeff Lageman is playing on this side now.
Jet. Touchdown, Calvin Williams from Brister. Brister's second of the day from 11 yards out. The Eagles this time take advantage of the turnover.
Tell you, that's how turnovers kill you. You know, it's not only that you lose the ball, the other team gets the ball, a good field position, they get pumped up, come back and make big plays. And this is after the thing. Now watch Bubby Brister here. He's just going to go right back. He sees Calvin Williams all the way. In fact, that looked like the same pass pattern that beat the Washington Redskins.
Different thrower. That time it was Cunningham. Now it's Brister. Barr is good with the extra point, and it's 28-21. The Jets lead.
Calvin Williams, but we're going to see that we're getting 2 and 3 guys on the same side more and more. Now they'll start, and that's the side that they're going to. That's the side that touchdowns always seem to come from.
Mathis handles the kickoff from Barr, and the Eagles again do a good job covering his kick.
You know, if we look at it, we look down at the bottom and we see there's 3 receivers. One goes in motion and now comes back. Now, if we can stop it right here, you see they get 3 guys here. Now, they're going to go out, they're going to go out, and they're going to go in. This is the one right here that catches the touchdown pass. But they're doing more and more of that, you know, getting a cluster, forming a cluster, and then getting them all grouped together, and then, boom, breaking out of the cluster and having a guy wide open.
First and 10. Jets have thrown 19. Esiason long count. That's Baxter. Again, let's get a report from Leslie Visser.
Pat, Eagles physician Dr. Joe Torg said that he would recommend surgery for Randall in the next few days, which would include the insertion of a metal plate, but that Randall told him that he would prefer to fly to the West Coast this evening and get a second opinion from Dr. Clarence Shields, the surgeon who repaired his leg. Dr. Torg said that if all goes well, Randall could be back for the end of the season. Pat?
Thanks, Leslie. Leslie did say earlier he was in tremendous pain, so that's going to be a long flight if indeed he decides to make that trip tonight. Handoff. This is Baxter again. First down, Jets. Stopped by Eric McMillan.
The other thing you think when you start having, again, Randall Cunningham as a broken fibula, and you start, thinking of having to have surgeries and pins and stuff, and being a quarterback and what a quarterback has to take in this game, you just hope that, that everything goes well, and I don't think right now you worry about the end of the season.
You just hope everything goes well.
Yeah, that's right, because it's the same leg where he has a bad knee, and you just hope that they get that whole leg back in shape, that he's fine.
First and 10, Esiason back to throw. Gets away from one rusher. Pass complete to Rob Moore. Fumble! And a scramble. I think he might have been down. If not down, he got it back. But there's still a struggle. 28-21 to score. The Eagles, of course, saying they have it.
That can change 3 or 4 times.
Oh, sure. We've been talking a lot. Well, look again.
See, this whole thing is when he was down and when the whistle blows. That's always the thing that you don't know. I mean, you see the fumble, but again, when the whistle blows is when the play is over.
That was Moore's first catch. Blair Thomas, by the way, is the Jet who came over and made the recovery. 2nd and 6. Word on Fred Barnett. We've been talking about Cunningham on Barnett in a moment. Flag on the play. Seth Joyner was across too soon.
Either Seth Joyner was in the neutral zone, jumped offside, or he's the quickest linebacker in football. No, he jumped off sides or it's the neutral zone. He may not be the quickest linebacker in football, but he came around that corner like he knew where the play was going, and he wanted to get there before they did.
Fred Barnett, who left earlier in the game, has a knee problem. He'll have an MRI tomorrow, we're told. It's an cruciate ligament sprain. We don't know how serious that is. Anytime you start talking about knees, you think serious. 2nd and 1. That was a good little dance by Mitchell. Deflected by Clyde Simmons, who almost came up with an interception. And again, let's send you back to New York for a baseball update.
All right, Pat, at Dodger Stadium, things looking bleak for the San Francisco Giants and their fans. Mike Piazza, solo home run, number 34 of the year for him. Big 5th inning for the Dodgers. They now lead the Giants 6-1. Giants need a win or they're out of it. Pat?
28-21 in the Meadowlands. The Jets over the Eagles. 3rd and about a yard. 2 tight end setup.
That thing that Mitchell did, that's what happens when you get in motion and you get where you're supposed to go before you're supposed to be there. So you just kind of run in place for a while.
This is an Eagle timeout. So they have 2 left. Been a lot of stuff going on today. Rob Moore getting his ankle taped. The Jets 28, the Philadelphia Eagles 21. Bubby Brister is the Eagle quarterback. Leonard Marshall, the ex-Giant, is now a Jet. 3rd and about a yard. Close to midfield. Thornton in motion. And off Baxter. That's going to be shaky. I don't think he made it.
Well, Tim Harris is in there. You know, he's made a couple big plays. You see him grabbing his right elbow. That's been holding him back all year. That right elbow just hasn't been right. He had an injury, and then he had a staph infection in there, and he may have to have another surgery on it. He's playing almost one-handed, but I think he's playing better today than he has yet as an Eagle.
I talked to him before the game, and he said he still has a hole in his elbow where it drains. They drained his versus sac, but there's still a hole there.
You can see the way he's carrying it. It's hurting him right now.
Aggie on a punt. High to Sikahema. Fair catch at about the 12 and a half. Boy, he is very composed. Returning punts and kickoffs. Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands of New Jersey. Bubby Brister, the Eagle quarterback. They trailed by a touchdown. This is Hebron. Bounce to the left side, but all the bouncing didn't get much.
Well, they're still trying to get that running going in the left side. That's where they had the success. They didn't have much going in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, they found a little something there. And now I think in this second half, I think the Jets have taken away most of their run, and specifically to that left side.
2nd and 10. Mercereau is back after he left limping earlier. 2nd and 10. Brister has Hebron behind him. Gets it out to Von Hebron. Close to a first down. James Hasty knocked him out of bounds.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Ronnie Lott over there in the sideline tackling Von Hebron, a rookie free agent, wasn't even drafted. And Lott was saying, one thing we have to do, he said, the first thing we have to do against this team is stop number 45. I said, well, Hebron, I don't think he ever thought he would hear that. But here he is, a rookie who wasn't even drafted, who has made such of an impact in just 3 or 4 games, that a guy like Ronnie Lott says we have to stop his running.
But Ronnie didn't know his name.
No, he just called him number 45.
3rd and short. Walker and Heath Sherman are the running backs, and Sherman broke away from one tackle. And that breakaway might have gotten him that first down.
And if he did, he got it against 11 Jets.
Didn't he?
I mean, you talk about ganging up on a run. You watch how they ganged up on this run. I mean, not only did they hit the hole, they blitz right in the hole. They miss him there. He has to come off a spinner. And then right there, Hasty has him. He just gives him a little push. Ronnie Lott a little more push and gets a first down. But the Jets had all 11 guys up in the line of scrimmage.
And to top it off, Sherman stumbled before he ever got underway. Walker in motion. Brister outside Walker, flag on the play.
Herschel Walker has those big shoulder pads on, and he's really tough to tackle up above. I mean, you look, he goes down, those pads go long in the front, but they really go long in the back. If you look at his shoulder pad, they go all the way down to his waist in the back. And when guys hit him or try and tackle him, a lot of times they'll slip right off that shoulder pad. You see how the pad goes all the way down his back? And he doesn't give you anything soft to hit. When you hit him, you just hit shoulder pad.
Shoulder pads all the way down to the waist could be destructive.
And you see what he did wrong here? He turned upfield too soon. You see that? He went in motion, and again, once you go in motion, you can't turn upfield before the ball snaps.
Maybe it wasn't Herschel, it was just the pads. Brister. Victor Bailey. Stopped by Eric Thomas.
You know what Herschel did on that play where he went in motion and turned before the ball was snapped, especially on the road. That's why a lot of guys will turn in. They'll turn the opposite way. Instead of looking towards the defense, they look back towards their own offense so that they can't go in motion.
The Cowboys improved their record to 2-2. So did the Bears. 2nd and 10. Joseph is the move man this time. Brister to Joseph. Intercepted. I believe, yes, it is. Intercepted by Hasty. Now another official has come in to make a ruling, perhaps, and said it hit the ground.
Watch Brister throw the ball. James Hasty is number 40. He's going to come diving in right there. We'll see if the ball hits the ground or not.
Yes.
Yeah, the ball did hit the ground. That was a good call.
Joseph should have made the reception to begin with.
Yeah, and then once he didn't make the reception, Hasty almost had the interception. But as you said, that was good pass protection, and that was a good throw by Bubby Brister.
3rd and 10.
And I think James Hasty knew that he didn't catch that one.
He tried to settle it almost too quickly.
This is where a crowd gets in a game. 3rd down when your team's on defense.
The Eagles have a crowd in the backfield. And that's not supposed to be.
Their whole offense looked like a crowd rather than a formation. Supposed to line up in an offensive formation. They look like they lined up in a crowd. But you know, more and more teams are learning this. More and more fans are learning the way to help your defense is on 3rd down. Look at what they're doing. I mean, this looks like some kind of fire drill. I mean, they got guys running all over. That's not a formation, that's a crowd. Because once you get set, you got a formation. Once you know where you're going, you got a formation. When you don't know where you're going, you got guys just flopping all around, that's a crowd.
Richie Kotite is saying, I don't want those members of the defensive unit of the Jets waving towels and asking for more noise. I don't know that he has any control over that.
No, he doesn't have any control over that. Supposedly, when the crowd starts, the home players are supposed to help if the officials ask for it. But the officials haven't asked for it yet. The officials ask for it, then the home players tell the guys to, go like, settle down, settle down.
We got another fire drill going. I was in one of those recently. Not much fun. Well, whatever they did, it got him a first down. Brister never got everybody set, never got everybody where he wanted them.
Well,
Still got a first
you
down.
saw him. He was calling the play on the line of scrimmage. Dave Alexander, the center, was calling the protection, and then he audibleized it. It ended up in a bootleg. And I think that was an organized play because you see the right guard was out there, Balding was out there to make the block.
First down, Eagles. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Rich Kotite again yelling at the officials. An extra ball blows out on the field. The only thing we don't have in this fire drill is a fire. Thank goodness.
Please set the 40-second clock at 11 seconds.
Rich Kotite says that one thing about the Eagle football team is that they're tough, and they're going to be tough for the whole game, and they like hostile environments. They got a tough game today, and they have a hostile environment when they're on offense.
On first down, Brister has a wide open Mark Bavaro. Going to be handled, headed off by Ronnie Lott. Tackle from behind by Brian Washington, but the Eagles move the sticks and more.
I'll tell you, Bubby Brister is really fired up. And you just watch, he made this play. There's a little roll there. He's looking to the right. He looks to the left, brings the ball down, holds on to it there, almost fumbles it, gets it back under control, and just kind of thumbs it out to Mark Bavaro. But that was all Bubby Brister there. I mean, he went right, he went left, he went up the middle, he protected the ball, he lost control, gained control, and threw a pass all in one play.
And got a first down at the Eagle, at the Jet 35 for his Eagles. And off to Walker. Walker hit behind the line of scrimmage, nudges his way across the 35. Marvin Jones, the Jets' #1 draft choice.
And that's a guy that the Jets really like, because number 54, their middle linebacker, he's not their starting middle linebacker, but they just want to get him in there because he's one of those guys that has good speed, good pursuit, and he's a good tackler and can move up and down the line. I'm not sure exactly what they're waiting for to get him in there. I guess Kyle Clifton is just playing too well. This guy looks like a good player.
Oh boy, does he. They say sudden. That's the adjective they use to describe him. Things happen suddenly. Maurice Johnson, another tight end. The Eagles' second tight end makes the reception for another Philadelphia first down.
Watch him come across in motion here, number 87. You see him at the end of motion, comes under control. Again, you have three guys over on that side. A guy goes deep, he comes underneath, and a guy goes short. And we're seeing more and more of that in different ways all day, where you get the cluster, you get the overloads, you get three receivers all breaking off each other.
First and 10 Eagles at the Jet 24. They trail by a touchdown. Walker hit at the line of scrimmage, lunges for a couple. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Jets 28, the Eagles 21. Our coverage will continue after this message from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. The Metropolitan Life Insurance Company, the MetLife blimp, overhead on a beautiful day in the Big Apple area.
You know, one question I've always had about blimps is why do they always fly with their wheels down?
I'll try to find out an answer.
Like what's Martinizing?
Only takes an hour. Brister. Caught by Maurice Johnson. If he could have kept his balance, he had some room to roam.
Yeah, I think Pat, today we have to have an NFL record just for tight ends catching balls, making touchdowns.
Right.
I mean, they've had 5 touchdowns. They seem to be wide open all day. They're going in motion, catching passes. They're falling down, getting up, catching passes. And look at the job that Bubby Brister's done. 9 out of 13 for 93 yards.
He was just signed by the Eagles as a free agent.
I mean, he can play. He's a competitor. You can just feel that this guy is a competitor.
A guy with a name like Bubby is a competitor. Bavaro. Another tight end to the 1.
That's what you call a waggle, and that's always been a big play in the NFL, where the quarterback is going to waggle here. He's going to roll to his right on the waggle. Then the tight end comes across. See, now you fake the ball to the left. The quarterback comes out. See 84 Bavaro coming across. Brister sees him, hits him perfectly. I'll tell you one thing about Bavaro. When he catches that ball, he knows how to hold on to it and take a blow.
First and goal, Eagles. That's going to be Hebron. Touchdown. No penalties, no flags. A one-point game at the moment.
And that's the way to celebrate in the National Football League. You know, it's kind of refreshing to see a veteran like, you know, I mean, the way we see so many celebrations, to see a rookie free agent come in, score a touchdown, just hand it to the official. He wasn't, because I don't think he knows what to do.
Well, he'll find out.
Maybe Ronnie Lott was right when he says we have to stop number 45.
They have an official down. Now he's up, flexing his leg.
Well, when they start a sweep, you're going to get a lot of pursuit. Here's Hebron in the I formation. It's going to be a flip out to the left. Herschel's leading. He just cut that thing right back to the inside and just got in there in the end zone. Look, he's not exactly sure what to do. He doesn't know whether to throw it, hand it, or do what. So he ended up just handing it to the official.
And the official that was shaken up appears to be okay.
And again, that's confidence. Remember, you get confidence by putting a guy in a game where you put him in and let him run the ball on the goal line. That's true confidence.
Barr for the extra point. And his extra point is good.
This is great balance.
With the hand on the ground.
Pizza Hut.
A lot of summarizing to do in a game like this. Cunningham is out with a broken left fibula. Esiason 10 out of 14. Mitchell, the Jet tight end, 5 receptions, 104 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Barr's kickoff out of the end zone.
Yeah, we saw the touchdown to Hebron, but this was the big play. This is the waggle play. Again, you start to the left, fake the run to the left, come out here, bootleg, hit Mark Bavaro. Now watch, once Bavaro catches the ball, he's so strong that guys just bounce off him. And that led up to this play. Just take the little flip out there, I formation, Von Hebron, great balance, getting into the end zone.
First and 10, Jets at their own 15. Their own 20, beg your pardon. Esiason. Open is Burkett, and going is Burkett. Caught by Eric Allen and Byron Evans.
That's the way to come back. You talk about momentum. You don't come back. You don't get conservative. You just come back. Whap! You hit Burkett out there, and he makes a long run.
Eric Allen is down where Burkett went out of bounds.
That play reminded me of Alvin Harper's play against the 49ers in the championship game. It's just about a 10-yard pass on a slant, and he just outruns everyone. Just goes against the grain. Caught it on the left side, ends up way over on the right side.
You see who was gaining ground on him from behind? Byron Evans, the middle linebacker.
I think he ran by Byron Evans at one time because he started on the left. And he ran all the way across the field. Again, this is only a 10-yard pass. Watch him out here. He just catches the ball right there under control, about 10 yards just against the zone. Then he starts across the grain. Hopkins dives for him. Evans has almost caught him right there.
Eric Allen shaken up on the play. On the sideline. Tyson has the Jets 1st and 10 at the Eagle 20. Out of the end zone. In the direction of Terrence Mathis.
I tell you, he had
Alex
Terrence
back.
Mathis wide open, Pat. The only thing is he ran out of field because the place he would have had to hit him would have been in the end zone, but had he had another 10 yards, that would have been a touchdown. But he just ran out of field on that post pattern to Mathis. Mathis is one of those fast guys, a big play guy. You know, can catch passes, run patterns, run a reverse for you, do all those things. But he's just too fast to run a post from the 20-yard line.
He gets on top of the post too quickly. 2nd and 10. Here's Boomer. Pass is picked off by Rich Miano, the ex-Jet. Boomer overthrew it.
And he overthrew it as his second pass receiver. He was looking at the first guy. That wasn't his first read, was inside. Watch him. He's coming here. It's a little roll to the left. So he was going to throw the short one. You see him pump it, and then when he brings it back, that's when he overthrows it. Rich Miano was out there, right there, and he threw it right to Miano.
So the Eagles take over with the score tied 28-28.
Hertz, for business, for pleasure. Nobody does it exactly like Hertz. Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars. And by Coors Light, the Silver Bullet is the right beer now.
First down, Eagles. Brister, the quarterback, at their own 10-yard line. Bavaro is the move man. And the handoff is to Hebron. Ducked under a couple of tacklers. Right now for an NFL update, let's send you back to Greg Gumbel.
In San Francisco, Minnesota's Jim McMahon, 9-yard touchdown pass to Chris Carter, 24-19. 49ers lead the Vikes. And in baseball, the San Francisco Giants, pennant hopes dwindling at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers lead at 7-1 in the 7th. Back to you.
28-28. The sun might be setting, but this game's got a lot of daylight time left. Walker was the man in motion. Brister knocked backwards into the end zone, gets rid of it. They say he was just trying to save yardage. It's going to be a safety.
That's right. A penalty in the end zone is a safety. And what Brister's arguing that he wasn't in the end zone. See, it can't be a safety unless he's in the end zone. So if you have a penalty in the end zone, it's an automatic safety.
Grounding in the end zone. The safety.
Grounding in the end zone. It is a safety. He's saying he got rid of it before he got back into the end zone.
That's right. Was he in the end zone before he got rid of it?
Washington all over him.
That's a hard one to tell.
Tell you what, that's close.
And again, you have to remember it's where the ball is. You know, is the ball in the end zone? But it's safety in the end zone. Any offensive penalty in the end zone is an automatic safety.
There is no replay. And they're back out at the 20-yard line, where the Eagles will get the kick.
You see, the first guy that makes the play is Marvin Washington. In fact, he makes the whole play right there. He's the guy that he gets by Anton Davis, gets a good pass rush, gets on Bubby Brister. Now, if Bubby Brister holds that ball, it's going to be a safety. Now, that's probably why they figured he was in the end zone, so it's a safety either way.
His feet were out of the end zone in the playing field when he got rid of it.
But again, it's where the ball is.
But where the ball is.
Was the ball in the end zone? Now that gives 2 points to the Jets. Now the Eagles get a free kick from the 20, so the Jets are going to not only get the ball back, but they're going to get the ball back in good position.
30-28. Bruce Coslett, the Jet coach, saying, come on, let's think.
That was a big, big play by Marvin Washington.
That just about eliminates the possibility of overtime. Fiegels gets the free kick, and it's not a good one. Adrian Morrell gets the free kick back to midfield. Vaughn Hebron made the stop. Feagles upset with himself. Tuesday night, the American League Championship Series begins. Toronto at Chicago. First pitch at 8:12. The broadcast gets underway at 8 o'clock Eastern Time here on CBS. First down, 1st and 10 for the Jets. They lead by 2 points. Blair Thomas, left side.
You know, sometimes you start calling plays, Pat, and not to second guess, but sometimes you get in a game and you start calling plays and you forget that your backup quarterback's in there and you start doing things that maybe you didn't have to do in that situation.
2nd and 4. Esiason has him out. Blair Thomas is the lone setback. Baxter to his left. The Eagles show blitz. Thomas over the left side. It'll bring up 3rd and about 3. This game is presented by authority of the National Football League. This telecast is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of CBS, the New York Jets, and the National Football League is prohibited. Magnificent sight of Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands of New Jersey. 3rd down and about 4 make it at the Eagle 44. Again, they show blitz. Now they back out. Now here they come. Pass outside to Baxter. First down. Chased out by Seth Joyner.
And Boomer's taken out of alignment. You know, he does that in every game, it seems like. Boomer Esiason will always take on alignment.
Flag.
You know, he hangs out with his lineman. He lifts weights with his lineman. And watch, Keith Millard just takes him and throws him to the ground. There's going to be a penalty on that. And watch Boomer, he's going to get in there. He wants a little of that action. But he hopes that his offensive linemen come back in there and get in there where that referee is.
Penalty is against the Eagles. Against Millard.
And you know that. I think when you have a blitz going and the quarterback gets rid of the ball quickly like Boomer did there for a completion and a first down, it frustrates those big guys that are chasing them, and sometimes they do dumb things. You know, the play is over. They didn't want him to get rid of the ball that quickly. They didn't want him to get, and when he does, they just get frustrated and they just throw the guy to the ground.
That gives the Jets a first down now at the Eagle 21. 9:50 left to play. The handoff is to Baxter. Baxter down at the 20. Hit first by Wes Hopkins.
Now what the Jets are thinking about is, besides this sunset, look at this, you don't see in life, you don't see a lot of sunset. I'm not sure that we're going to see the whole sunset here. But, you know, I mean, it takes a long time, and sometimes you don't see it. In other words, the sun is here, you'll see it here, but you won't see it when it goes all the way down. You know, you see that part of it. And I know until this is the second sunset I've ever seen. The first one was when we were doing a game in Dallas.
I remember, I've seen a lot more than that.
No, I've never seen it where it goes all the way down.
Esiason's fake is a good one. His pass is not. It's picked off by Eric Allen. Allen still spinning, still finding room, and Allen comes out of the pack. Eric Allen still on his feet. Eric Allen at the 40. Allen is going to go all the way. Eric Allen steps into the end zone, and the Eagles are ahead from 94 yards away.
They're taking it to the house. That was an unbelievable play.
Unbelievable run. Look who's in the dugout, in the tunnel. Randall Cunningham.
They gave Randall Cunningham the ball. Eric Allen was down. He was hurt. He comes back.
Eric Allen The book says 94 yards and a touchdown on that return. And the sun is still out for Philadelphia. Almost down maybe for the Jets.
There it is. We just saw a sunset, but before that we saw a great interception.
And a great run. Eric Allen ran officially 94, but more than 120 yards. Spectacular run by Eric Allen. Wow. 35, the New York Jets 38-43, still left to play. Randall Cunningham you saw sitting in the entrance to the tunnel that leads to the dressing rooms. And he needs whatever they can give him right now.
I'll tell you, that's the most well-deserved oxygen I've ever seen. That is one of the greatest plays that I've ever seen in this league.
Me too.
Not only interception, but that run back and spins and everything Eric Allen did on that play in this type of game.
Barr's kickoff, handled by Mathis, and he is down at about the 18 or 19. Want to see again? I do. Just enjoy this.
I tell you, this is something to enjoy if you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan or any kind of fan. I mean, but he caught that. I mean, just catching that interception was great. Catching it behind him, and watch all these moves and spins and everything he does. This is all Eric Allen. I mean, he's running out of plays, jumping. His legs are going up and down. And he just runs away from everyone.
Including the official. Stopped to straighten his hat.
Somehow Calvin Williams, who's an offensive player, ends up in this picture. The official gets his hat knocked off, and Randall Cunningham ends up with the ball.
Randall's crutches in the background, you can see, and there he is.
And watch on the extra point, Pat, Matt Barr hurt his leg. Was just when he came down there, he looked like he pulled something or got some kind of cramp or something. It looked like that whole right leg. I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
But something happened to him. He looked like he went cattywampus.
Now Jeff Seidner is down at the bottom of that heap.
Of course, that was on the next kickoff.
Right.
This was a kickoff play where Seidner was injured. Seidner, one of the better special teams players. He had a little trouble with the returns. In fact, he's not on the return. But Randall, he'll probably go in the locker room with him to see how he is.
Esiason gives the ball to Baxter. Baxter's hit behind the line of scrimmage by Clyde Simmons. Clyde's been bothered by a bad knee. The week off really helped him. The Eagles had a bye last week.
Yeah, but that's one of the first times you've heard Clyde Simmons' name today. He hasn't made a lot of plays. They've done a pretty good job of blocking Clyde Simmons. Again, a guy like Boomer Esiason, who mixes them up well, who gives you good play fakes, will kind of keep a defensive line on their heels a little.
2nd and 11. Esiason back to throw it. Under pressure, gets rid of it, completes it to Baxter. Baxter hit by Eric Allen and William Thomas. Gets a couple of yards.
There's 2 more Eagles down now. You know, we talked about the pressure they wanted to get. They wanted to knock Boomer Esiason down. They wanted to get pressure on him, pressure up the middle. They're getting very, very close.
This is Flores, who's down this time for the Eagles. And their training staff, Otto Davis kneeling over Flores.
When you have to stand in there and just pound against that all day, you get a little run down.
3rd and 9 with the clock running. Less than 7.5 minutes now left to play. The Eagles lead it 35-30. Pass in the direction of Baxter is dropped. Esiason helped up by Millard.
Yeah, the last time Millard did that, he got a penalty. That time he didn't. again, playing against a guy like Boomer Esiason, I think the Eagles are throwing him off a little now. You know, and they're just getting there and making him rush. Now, he doesn't want to throw it yet. It's not ready. But if he doesn't throw it, Millard is going to have him on that sack.
Millard helped him up the time before he helped him down.
He got a 15-yard penalty for it.
Penalty. Aguiar back to punt for the Jets. Eagles leading 35-30. This one hangs up on Aguiar. Short kick goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of the Jets.
And the fans are booing that one because they know when you're down by 5 in the fourth quarter, you need a good punt. And when you get a bad punt, that means that you're going to give. You're just giving away good field position.
Today's game was produced by Bob Stenner and directed by Sandy Grossman. The coordinating producer of the NFL Today is Eric Mann, directed by Larry Cavallina. Senior producer of the NFL on CBS is Ed Gorin. The executive in charge of production is Rick Gentile. The Eagles have got the lead. They've also gotten a lot of people hurt today.
Of course, this is a situation where they don't want to get too conservative.
Over the left side is Heath Sherman for maybe a yard. Stopped by Lageman.
You know, I think it's easier to get conservative when you're backed up against the goal line. You know, the way they did coming out and they took the safety, maybe that's when they should have been conservative. When you have the lead and you have good field position, first down then was not a good time for the Eagles to be conservative.
2nd and 9 now. 6:40 left to play. 35-30, Philadelphia leading. Walker on the move. Brister back to throw. A lot of time, and down he goes by Lageman. Brister never saw him coming. He had so much time.
But you have to give that to the pass protection. You just watch the time that he has, the time that he has. He has so much time, and no one gets open. So they didn't have a good pass rush, the Jets didn't, but they had great pass coverage. There was no one open. So Brister had to hold the ball, and finally the protection broke down, and Jeff Lageman got there.
3rd and 14, well out of Barr's field goal range, even if he were 100%. The Jets showing blitz. Fake a reverse, get it outside to Hebron, incomplete.
I think that was a bad series for the Eagles. They had that 5-point lead, and I think by running on first down, that would have been a great down to throw a pass, to play pass, but run and not gain anything, then have 2nd and long, and then have 3rd and long. You took this up, which was a great situation, and you made a bad situation out of it. Conversely, the Jets defense did their job.
Give credit to their coverage, too, on that sack by Lageman again.
It was great coverage because Brister had nothing to go to.
Jeff Fiegels back to punt.
And the guy who might feel the best about it is Aguiar. He's the guy who started that whole situation by that bad punt.
Terrence Mathis back deep for the Jets. They were coming after Fiegels, who gets a high kick. Takes a straight up bounce, and now bouncing in favor of the Eagles. They're trying to blow on it and wave at it and everything else to keep it going. Esiason comes on, and tonight on CBS, there is no doubt about what's in fit. 35-30. The Eagles over the Jets. Esiason has the ball for his Jets back in their own 10 outside to Johnny Johnson, out of bounds at about the 19, just about a foot short of a first down.
You know, one of the things we talked about, the injuries the Eagles had, of course, the Jets lost their center, Jim Sweeney. I tell you, Roger Duffy's been doing a pretty good job in there. You know, that's the whole thing. The snap, you know, the exchange between the quarterback and the center. Number 62 is Duffy. He had to come in there, and he's played well. I mean, everything has been under control since he's gotten in there.
2nd and 1. 5:15 left on the game clock. Pass caught by Mitchell. He is hammered backwards, but got the first down. That's a good catch.
Because Byron Evans was right there. You know, you wonder if you should throw that one, because Byron Evans was that close to the hit, so that means he was that close to knocking the ball down or making an interception too.
Esiason 15 out of 23. The Eagles lead by 5. Here's Boomer back to throw. Burkett, the intended receiver, and he had some room. Incomplete.
The closest guy to Burkett was Ben Smith. He was wide open on that one. I mean, he just looks like he knocks it down. Good pass protection. Boomer's looking. Finds Burkett right there, and the ball goes right through his hands. That would have been a big play.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. That could perhaps have been a touchdown. It's difficult to say, but he had a lot of room.
Well, Burkett had a play like that earlier where he caught one of those short ones and went against the grain. He could have done it on that play.
Here's Boomer back again. Going deep. Overthrown, intended for Terrence Mathis.
Well, they were going the right place. That was that double zone. Wes Hopkins doesn't get over. You watch Ben Smith out there. You see he has him short. He's going to play short. Mathis goes over. Now, the next guy that has to get over there is number 48, Hopkins. Hopkins very good against the run, but he's not a great pass defender, doesn't have a heck of a lot of speed, and he was the guy that should have been there.
Pass just over the reach of Mathis. 3rd and 10. Flag on the play. The whole play was out of sync. Millard has Esiason, and this time says, "How you been feeling?"
Well, he said that because he heard the whistle blow. The whistle blew before the ball was snapped, so this will be a no play. The play didn't count.
False start prior to the snap, 69 offense, 5 yards, repeat 3rd down.
That's a left tackle, Jeff Criswell. Remember a year ago, the Jets had so much problem with their offensive line and jumping, and Criswell was one of those guys. In fact, there was a period of time where Bruce Coslett benched Criswell because of some of those things.
But he said he came back this year with a fresh outlook and had done very well in all areas. Here's Boomer. Over the head of Burkett. Incomplete.
You know, maybe the Eagles have been getting to Boomer. Maybe they have bumped him a little because he's a streak passer, and he was a much hotter quarterback early in this game than he is later. I mean, he's gotten a little erratic in this 3rd and 4th quarter.
So Aguiar comes on to punt again.
Now, Aguiar always tries to punt to his left, so the Eagle pass rush or punt rush is going to overload to their right, Aguiar's left.
Sekahema back to catch it.
He was even turned that way.
Sekahema, fair catch. And the Eagles will take over at about their own 46. The unbeaten Philadelphia Eagles lead by 5. Apparently will stay unbeaten. Denver over Indianapolis. Seattle badly beating San Diego. Dallas improved their record to 2-2. Tampa Bay won their first. Bears are at 500. Kansas City is 3-1. Bobby Brister. Handoff to Von Hebron. Nothing there.
Yeah, I think that first down run is a thing that is killing this Eagle offensive team. I mean, I think that they got to get that first down pass. Then you can come back on 2nd and 3rd down run.
This is a Jet timeout.
There's a Jet offensive line over there. They're looking at the imaging. It means they're looking at the defenses that the Eagles play. Probably the defense the Eagles probably play more front than any other team in the National Football League. These guys are looking at every down, every distance, every way they line up, getting their protection down. I think their problem is that their quarterback has just gone a little cold on them.
Yeah, I don't think pictures are the answer at this point, or images. Second down for the Eagles with 4:09 left. The Jets have taken a timeout. They have 2 left. Brister got away from one man, got away from another. Brister dives and came close to a first down. If he didn't get it, he's very close.
I'll tell you, he got a good block out there by Von Hebron, too. Hebron, for a rookie or for any kind of player, is a very heads-up player. You know, he not only runs, he blocks, he catches, and he knew he could feel Bubby Brister coming to that side. Now watch what happens. Brister's going to bootleg out here to the right, and he finds Washington right there. So now he starts to scramble to the left, gets a good block there, gets a corner here. See Hebron's block there? He knows Brister's coming, and he gives him just enough block to get a first down.
And that's a big first down. Clock stopped with 4:02 left.
He turned there, and the first thing, that's tough when you bootleg, and the first thing you see is big Marvin Washington. That makes you change your direction and get going the other way.
Washington had a shot at him in the backfield. And Brister got away. The handoff is to Hebron. Swarmed around by the Jet defenders, led by Bobby Houston.
That's what the Eagles have to be thinking here. They have good field position. Again, protect the ball. I think I would go a little more pass maybe on first down, run the clock off, make the Jets use their timeout. Because as I say, Boomer isn't the same quarterback in this fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, he's been 5 for 12, and he's had his 2 interceptions. He started out hot, but he's not hot now.
The Jets have just called their second timeout, so they only have 1 left in this half with 3:53 left. And the Eagles ahead by 5. I still am vibrating, I guess, over that touchdown run by Eric Allen.
Well, you know, it was not only a great touchdown run, but I think the coverage to get in position to make the interception itself, even before he started the run. You know, it seems like every time we have an Eagle game, it's going to be this type of game. Seesaw back and forth, right down. This is the 3rd Eagle game we've done this year, and every one of them have been great football games.
2nd and 9, and they've won every one of them. This is Hebron. Across the 40. They'll bring up a 3rd down. For those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS and the game between the Philadelphia Eagles and New York Jets. I'm Pat Summerall along with John Madden. Our score is Philadelphia 35, the Jets 30. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast and in the Mountain Time Zone. 3rd and 5, the situation, and the Jets have just used their last timeout.
Hey, Bubby Brister has done a heck of a job coming in cold. You know, his first year, not really knowing this offense, not knowing you're going to play. Randall Cunningham goes down, boom, he comes in. He has done a heck of a job running this offense.
3 touchdown passes, the other by Hebron. And then that spectacular run by Eric Allen. No more timeouts left for the Jets. 3:47 left, 3rd down. And 5. Herschel Walker is the lone setback. Brister starts 2 men in motion. You can't do that, and he calls a timeout. That's all the timeouts for both sides. Lubby thought he was in Canada.
or he knew where he was, and the two guys that went in motion thought they were in Canada.
(35-30). Those people who watch the Saints stay undefeated, 37-6 over the Rams. The Eagles are trying to stay undefeated and lead 35-30. And this is the play maybe of the year, regardless of whatever else happens.
Well, like I was saying, you start off with the good coverage and then the catch, and then you cap it off with this great run. And then we talked about how Randall Cunningham was injured early in the game, has a broken leg. Eric Allen handed that ball to Randall Cunningham.
After that spectacular run, 3rd and 5, only one man in motion. Brister gets it out to his backup tight end, Maurice Johnson, but I don't believe he got the first down.
He didn't get the first down because the punt team is running in already. You know, one thing, we were talking to the Eagles last night, and they do have a fake punt in. Now, I'm not sure that, you know, with a 5-point lead, I don't know that this is the time to run it, but it could open up the game. Maybe this isn't the situation you wanted. It would take a lot of guts to call.
Well, that's what Richie Kotite said last night. If I have enough guts to call it.
If he has enough guts to call it, he could throw a pass to those outside guys. Look, there's no one covering him.
Nobody. Feagles. And a little afternoon stroll back there in punt formation. Gonna let the clock run out.
Yeah, I bet you they had something called. And those two guys started to cover out there, then they started to come in. Feagles might have called it off. Richie Kotite is mad because they did something. They had something going on that play. And the outside guys for the Jets started to come in, and Feagles called it off, took the penalty, and now I'm sure he'll punt the ball. Now he has to punt.
Now he just about has to, yes. On 4th down, about 6. 3 minutes exactly left. Here come the Jets, and Feagles gets it off. Mathis lets it fly over his head and into the end zone and out. He'll bring it back to the 20.
Well, we talked about leadership. We talked about what Boomer Esiason has meant to this team. And this is where you have to mean it right now.
We're at Giants Stadium, where the Eagles lead the Jets 35-30. Welcome those of you who watch San Francisco and Minnesota. It's 35-30 here. Esiason gets away from one man, and now he's going to take off. Now he drops it out to Johnson, who's taken out of bounds by Seth Joyner. By Byron Evans, beg your pardon.
And there's a penalty flag down, Pat. I think he went over the line of scrimmage.
Keith Millard is down on one knee. Back where Esiason took off to run.
You know, if we look, the ball is right here, right in front of the 20-yard line. Now we'll look to see if Boomer went over the line or not. Play fake, starts to run here. Now, if he goes over, he has to keep going. Yeah, he's over right now.
He went over and back.
Yeah.
Sounds like a basketball term, but you can't do that in football.
5 yards, loss of down.
He did cross the line because I thought that he crossed the line. And then he went back, and of course you can't do that.
Millard came over to the sideline for a second and went back into the game. 2nd and 10, they say. I think it should be 15. I think Richie Kotite thinks that too, but they're going to run a play. Here's Boomer over the head of Baxter. That ball's starting to take off on Boomer just a bit.
Well, and it has this whole 4th quarter. I mean, he's thrown 2 interceptions this 4th quarter. Again, he's a streak passer. He's hot and cold. He was hot early, and he's cold late.
It is just lost a down. I was incorrect. There's no penalty. Just lost a down.
This is a big play because the Jets, I think, have to think in terms here of two plays. I mean, you go for it on fourth down. If you're going to go for it on fourth down, then you can think in terms of 5 or 6 yards. If you're not going to go for it, then you have to throw the ball 10 yards.
Esiason out of the pocket again. Has a man coming across, incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Johnny Mitchell.
I think to win this game, I think you have to punt here. But if I were in this situation, because I know they don't have any timeouts.
That's the key.
But you do get a timeout at the change of possession. That would give you one. You do get a timeout at the 2-minute warning.
But they're not going to punt.
No, but I think they should. I mean, even though you don't have any, with 2:34, you really, in essence, have 2 timeouts.
They're going to go on 4th and 10 at their own 20. Clock stopped at 2:34. They'll stop it at the 2-minute warning. Here's Esiason. Up the middle to Mitchell. And he's loose. Mitchell broke one tackle, almost broke it all the way. Taken down by Eric Allen. Wes Hopkins made the stop.
They knew what they were doing. I mean, the tight end has been the thing all day. Hey, look again. Johnny Mitchell. Eric Allen was on him. They had their best cover guy on their tight end. Johnny Mitchell beat him and got the big play on 4th down.
That's to Johnson. Stopped by Eric Allen. Now we'll get that 2-minute warning and the clock will stop. 35-30. The Eagles lead.
Down play that was. Here's Johnny Mitchell here. Eric Allen, the best cover guy of the Eagles, is here. Johnny Mitchell just goes right by him. Watch Allen. He kind of freezes here. Mitchell gets by him. Mitchell catches the ball. Allen freezes again. And then Johnny Mitchell makes maybe the biggest play of his career.
2nd down. Esiason back to throw it. Swings it outside to Johnson. Johnson gets out of bounds. 1st down, stops the clock.
Hey, Bruce Coslow knew what he was doing on that 4th down. I would have punted the ball and trying to get the ball back again, but he went for it on 4th down, knowing that they've had trouble all day covering his tight ends. And Boomer Esiason, when he had to, came through with a big play, finding his tight end and then getting it to him.
Neither team has a timeout. 1:53 left to play. 1st and 10. The Jets are at the Eagles 31. Pass complete to Johnson. Hit hard by Seth Joyner at the 25.
Big Dwayne White, the right guard, is down.
And that'll stop the clock with 1:41 left to play.
A guy who's done a good job for him all day and helping Boomer get some of those numbers. Boomer again was hot early in the game and cold in the 4th quarter until this drive right now.
Esiason gives to Johnson, hit behind the line of scrimmage by Millard. Again, no timeouts remaining, and the clock runs this time with 1:19 left.
Again, what they're trying to do is just hope that the Eagles were in a pass rush. They just tried to break the run. It didn't fool Millard.
3rd and 7. The pass is incomplete. Attempted to Burkett. Incomplete.
That was a big defensive play by the Eagles on 3rd down, Keith Millard, because I know what they expected. They expected they'd be in a pass rush. Again, because they didn't have any timeouts left, they tried to pop that run. Millard is a pass rusher. I'm sure they thought they'd take advantage of him, get by him, and just pop it right by him. But Keith Millard is playing as well today as he has since he's been an Eagle.
That makes it 4th and 7. Clock is stopped. 1:09 left. Clock stopped on the incompletion. This is it. Wilson comes out of the pocket. And he's going to take off and run it out of bounds, and he does, hit hard. But he did not get the first down.
Byron Evans didn't make a lot of great plays today, but he finished up the game with one.
And the Eagles will take over.
That was one-on-one, fourth down out there. Either Boomer Esiason's going to get the first down, or Byron Evans is going to not let him get a first down.
That's one they're going to second guess for a long time, his decision to run.
All right, here, if you're going to run and it's fourth down, you've got to make the first down. But what a play by Byron Evans.
You better make sure you make a first down.
Brad Baxter was out there to block him. Byron Evans not only made the tackle, but watch Baxter, number 30. He sees it. He has to make that block. He has to block Evans. He doesn't, and Evans does this. And when Evans hits you in the middle of the field, when the middle linebacker hits a quarterback, the quarterback goes backwards. And then the smallest guy on the team comes over and jumps over the top of him, stands over him.
McMillan. Byron Evans made that saving tackle. There were a lot of heroes today.
And I'll tell you, another one before that was that play that Keith Millard made when they tried to pop that run through there. Millard made a big play against the run, and then that made Evans's play possible on fourth down.
That's the final in baseball. I don't think they're really concerned about that on that Eagles sideline.
And Richie Kotite is thinking, boy, is this tough to be undefeated. But there's a guy who made a big play. Keith Millard, there's a happy coach and an undefeated coach.
Disappointment for Boomer Esiason. The Eagles remain undefeated, 35-30. That's the final. What a game.